Did you know that you can buy a made in the USA Fender for $1,000 or less? The secret's out. Fender's American Standard Series will give you everything you want in a Strat, Tele, precision bass, jazz bass. They're readily available on the used market, and they are way less expensive than a new American-made Fender. In fact, the biggest difference between the two is the price tag. But how? How is that possible? Am I telling you that you don't have to spend upwards of $1,800 to get the care, quality, and craft of an American-made Fender? That's right, and in this video, we'll show you why anyone looking for anything Fender should highly consider an American Standard. It'll save you money, lots of money, enough to buy more of life's wonderful necessities. You know, the things you can't live without, that drive pedal, or a new amplifier, or a new guitar. For 30 years, from the late 80s all the way till 2016, Fender's flagship guitars were made under the American Standard banner, also known as the American Series for a few years in the early 2000s. They made many thousands, tens of thousands, maybe more. Point being, even though they stopped production on these in 2016, you can still find them used on Reverb all day, every day. When I was coming up, these were the epitome of a real Fender. This was the Stratocaster to have. This was the Telecaster. This is what you wanted from Fender. When I was a kid, budget-friendly Squier and Made in Mexico versions were okay. They're nicer now, but you always kind of longed for that Made in America Fender. You knew that if you got one of those, you'd have a guitar for life. Back then, you could scrimp and save and maybe sell your Squier to get one of these for $700 or $800, but I'm here to tell you right now that you still can get one of these for $700 or $800. And not in 1990s prices. Inflation be damned, you can get one of these for $700 used on Reverb right now. This Tele right here, I got it this month for $799. And that's no fluke. Look at the Reverb price guide transaction history to see actual final sale prices for these. 1,000 here, 12, but 800, 800, 650, 540? We're getting into Squier prices here. Remember, Fender made American Standards by the truckload. At any time, there are hundreds listed on Reverb. Many of them may have higher asking prices than what you want to pay, but that's why we make an offer. That's why we make an offer, folks. So, $700, $800, $1,000, maybe a bit more if it's minty or older. Remember, the 90s is vintage now, you know. Let's compare those prices to the current Fender US flagship models, the American Professional 2 Series. These guitars start brand new at $1,749. You could get two American Standard guitars for that price. There are some differences, and we'll get into that, keep watching. But for now, let's hear some of these flagship models of yesteryear, and you tell us. If they don't sound like a Fender, you can lodge a formal complaint in the comments. When Fender discontinued the American Standards in 2016, they split the line into two distinct series, the American Performer and the American Professional. The Performers have non-standard appointments with a slightly more affordable price point, starting at $1399 today, while the Professionals are the new flagship series with some updates and a higher price point. The changes from American Standard to American Professional, now in its American Professional 2 era, are incremental, not revolutionary. No matter which one you buy, you get a high-quality US-made Fender. As for those changes, American Standards have a modern C neck, Professionals have a slightly heftier deep C. The frets changed from medium jumbo to narrow tall. The pickups, which were tweaked throughout the American Standard years, have been replaced with the newer V-Mod pickups. Add to that different finishes, extra models, and maybe an important point if you're a stickler, the nuts. American standards have a synthetic nut, American professionals have a bone nut. But if this is that crucial to you, you can always just call your local repair shop and ask, how quick can you make a bone nut? You see what I mean though about the incremental changes. If you're in the market for a classic all-American Strat, Tele, P-bass, or jazz bass, the American standards are totally gonna get you there. A lot of people are already in on this secret. American Standard Stratocasters have been on Reverb's annual top 20 best-selling guitar lists for years. And when looking at the used sales as late as 2024, they're still in the top 10. Why? Because they represent an incredible value as compared to the new US-made Fenders. There's plenty of them, and it would be unfair for me to gatekeep them any longer. Check it out. Here's how you can find the deals. The line was called the American Standard from the 80s to 2000. And then again from 2008 to 2016. In between, it was called the American Series. So search Reverb for both. Use the filters if you need to clean up the results, and if you don't want to see any listings from those sky-high I know what I have jokers, set a maximum price. Then, save those searches to your personal Reverb feed and add your favorite listings to your watch list. Keep checking in for a day or two, you'll see lower prices appear and sell fast. So if you see a guitar you like, jump on it. That's how I got this Tele for $7.99. See a bunch of guitars you like? Add them all to your watch list to think it over. Sellers will often give you a better offer directly once they see that you're watching. And if you want something but you think the price is still just a little too hot, again, make an offer. So, like I said, the secret's been out, but now you're in on it too. You can find American Standard and American Series Fenders on Reverb anytime. And use these tips to help you score your own Made in the USA Fender for $1,000 or less. Cheers, see y'all next time.